Hello, Jayson Rivest here, and today I want to talk to you about a subject that might make you a little bit uncomfortable, at least if you're like most people, and that's money. But don't worry, I'm not going to talk about it from the same perspective that you're probably used to hearing. I'm actually going to focus on value, energy, and energetic balance. So the other day, someone posted a question in a Facebook group that I created for my Reiki students. And they asked whether or not it was appropriate for them to accept a financial thank you gift in exchange for healing work they had done for someone. The healing work that they had done was done completely for free, and they weren't really expecting anything back. And so they were a little bit surprised when their client offered them some money. So I told them that yes, it was absolutely totally fine to accept a thank you gift of money. And it got me thinking about a lot of things, actually. It got me thinking about people's relationships with money and why it is so hard for us to place value on ourselves. I don't know that I have an answer for why it's so hard for us to place value on ourselves. But I think that probably part of it is that when we're doing something that we love doing, it almost feels maybe effortless, and you might actually feel a little bit guilty in charging someone money or putting a value on your time because you're already being fed energetically, by the joy that you get from doing whatever it is you're doing. The thing is that if you are living your life's purpose, if you are doing something that you really enjoy doing, you're probably going to be much better at it than someone who is only doing it begrudgingly. And so when someone comes to you for assistance, be it healing work or any other type of service that you might do, when they come to you, the amount of benefit that they're going to receive from you is going to be far outweigh the amount of effort that you put into it. And so because of that, it's very common for us to undervalue what it is we do. So one of the things that you can do to help kind of get out of that mind trap is look to see what the going rate for services that you're offering are. For example, when I teach my Reiki 1 and 2 classes, or actually any of my Reiki classes, I decided a long time ago that I was going to teach using the same class costs or class price as the International Center for Reiki Training, which is where I got my training. And so, if you're doing massage, look to see what the going rate for massage therapists are. And if you are doing something that's a little bit different than the other massage therapists or energy workers or artists or accountants or anything, if you are doing something a little bit different, if you're bringing your own sort of style or personal flair to it, then maybe it is worth a little bit more than what the going rate is. There's always that sort of range, and so what I would encourage you to do is to value your time and yourself at more than you think you're worth, and you'll probably be surprised at how willing people are to pay that. I remember years and years ago I was doing some database design because I have a lot of varied interests. I was doing some database design for a client, and we were negotiating my price. And up until that point, I had worked primarily a regular sort of 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 job, and so I was used to getting paid whatever I was told that the salary or hourly rate was for that job. So this was the first time that I actually ever sort of bid on a job, and I remember thinking, okay, I'm going to ask for way more than I think that I'm going to get, because through negotiation, they're going to come back with a lower price, and maybe I'll end up where I kind of want to be. And I was flabbergasted when my client said, "Oh yeah, okay, without batting an eye, and that made me think, oh, maybe this is actually worth more than I think it is. And so that situation has sort of helped me as well to realize that, you don't know what someone's willing to pay unless you put it out there, and you can always negotiate your prices. But the other thing that I want to talk about is energy and energetic balance. So whenever you spend time doing something for someone, you are expending energy. And I'm not necessarily talking about just metaphysical energy. I mean, if you're doing energetic healing work, yes, you're working with metaphysical energies. But I'm talking actually, the energy that it takes, for you to fuel your body and, be present for the thing that you're doing for this other person. And not only that, also the energy that it took for you to gain a level of proficiency in what it is you're doing. Okay? So when you are expending this energy for this other person, it's important for them to give back an equal amount of energy, or maybe not fully equal, but just below or just above. But there needs to be some sort of an energetic exchange, because if there isn't, then what's going to happen is there's going to be a shift in power, and that person may grow to resent you because you're not charging them, and so they have this feeling of guilt. Or it could also be that you resent them because you feel that they're taking advantage of you because you're a kind person. And so the best way to avoid this is through an energetic exchange. Now, I know that money, which is what I said I was going to talk about, money tends to be viewed as something bad, and I don't look at it that way. It's actually, I prefer to look at it as an energetic currency. Because whatever you have to do to get your money involves you exerting a certain amount of energy. And so that the money no longer is like the paper that it's printed on, but it's actually a symbol for the work and energy and toil that went into your earning it. And so just like in the old days when there was a barter system and we would exchange goods that took energy and time to raise or grow for other goods, there was a balance that was struck. And so too with money, you can strike that, you can forge that energetic balance in that sort of energetic exchange by charging for your service. But it doesn't have to be money. Someone else who provides a service that you need, you could do a trade, of services. But the important thing is that there needs to be some sort of balance. Because without balance, you're going to feel depleted, put upon. Your friend, if you're helping a friend, they're going to feel that they can expect advice from you all the time, and then when you want advice, they've sort of chalked you up in their mind to their sort of ad hoc therapist, and so when you actually ask them for advice, they're sort of taken aback because okay, now they're going to give advice to someone who's been giving them advice. So there's just all sorts of complications that can come from not maintaining some sort of a clean energetic balance. So I encourage you to, if you are doing something for someone, have them maybe take you out for a meal, or tell you a joke, or if they're financially strapped. But the thing is that you need to strike a balance. Now, I want to leave you with one other sort of parting thought, and it's something that I can relate to because, I'm not really one for celebrating my birthday. And I actually don't generally like getting gifts. And part of that is tied into the idea of not necessarily valuing myself enough. But a lot of it actually is, the fact that I live an incredibly fortunate life, and I actually can't imagine, I can't think of anything that I want that I don't already have, But I want you to learn to be more accepting of energy when it's given to you. The most common way that I see people not accepting energy is when someone offers them a compliment. You know, I see so many people, and I have been guilty of it myself, and I've tried to work on it. I see so many people, when someone pays them a compliment, the first thing that they do is they belittle themselves, or they belittle whatever it is that they did that the person is thanking them for. They try to downplay its value because they feel embarrassed, because, well, they do. And so I want to give you this little tip. If someone pays you a compliment, like, oh, you look nice today, or, wow, that was really amazing, you're a really talented healer, I want you to look at them and just say, thank you. That's the only response that they really are looking for. And it really is something for you to sit there in the power of hearing their praise and simply say thank you without countering that their praise with something negative about yourself. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to watch more videos and learn how to release fear and unlock your potential, and even tap into your hidden creativity, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have an idea for a topic, or if you've got a question that you'd like me to cover, please leave it in the comment section below. Alright, now, I want you to love yourself, say thank you when you're given a compliment, and have an amazing weekend.